We do a flower girl one as well at some point.
Come forward a little. But how many people? I mean, people.
Okay. Everyone's assembled.
Okay.
All right.
14 weeks to go.
14 weeks to go. Triplets. Why not?
Well,
Quad. Happy birthday. Well, almost there.
come here.
No, you can't put everyone in. Oh, okay. The pizza girl.
Messy girl.
That's Bessie girl.
Messy girl.
She's bad news, Bessie.
That's for you.
Film it. Put your hand up at the bum.
How much is it in this one?
So Matt, out of the way, Matt. Out of the way, Matt. Give it to Sarah. Sarah will take it. Yes. No.
Can you, sir, you come over this side? Brothers? Sir?
Brothers, mother.
Sir Lee,
Come on.
Sarah Knox.
Here he is again.
The show will be full of me. Have you got the microphone on? Yeah. Get the microphone. I'm not.
What's the TV show?
Have you heard about? Shall I ask you about
Australia's first
I
dedicated
can't tell you this. It is unbelievable. No, look.
31, yeah.
So we don't.
You don't get it.
Unless I remember the same
Table 7, Alison, just on the right hand side here. Anywhere on that table?
Which one? The first one here? Oh, okay, cool.
Is it all finished and complete?
Yep.
Pretty well, yeah.
Like we're doing things like
But a guy said to me, you can ask somebody who's busy. Is everybody right?
Okay, mate. You ready for a drink?
You back to place already?
Here's a wife, and I found it not very clear.
excuse me, Rob got married.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think I might
Oh, so we're going to run into some dancing.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please and Sarah Popper?
Michael, that's why. How do you do, Michael? Family friends.
Like Hollywood or something.
You're getting out of it very light,
Just curious where.
I hope it's going to be fun. My name's David and I'm the Master of Ceremonies tonight. Traditional MCs use their 15 minutes of fame to embarrass the bride and groom. In particular the groom. Now I think that's cheap love, and tonight's Jeff speaking himself, so embarrassing him is taken care of. As for Sarah, well, Jeff's bigger than me and he's scared of her, so I'm on notice. So the only thing that there's left to do is to praise them, which makes my task pretty easy tonight. The marriage of two people, so obviously in love, is fantastic. I'm sure it moves everybody here as much as it does me. Sarah and Jeffrey's love can be seen through the energy that they invested in today's brilliant ceremony. Jeff and Sarah showed how excitingly joyous their marriage is to them by, unlike many of peers and many weddings I've been to, they plan the entire ceremony themselves with the expert guidance of Judy. And can I say, their efforts paid off with a marvellous auspicious event, right up to the adorable involvement, and I'm saying thank you to the wonderful little adults, Sam, Lucy, Molly and Eliza. Another round of applause. You guys made the day. But mind you, having kids involved is not always that good. For example, you may have heard about where at a wedding the officiator reached the point where he says customarily, if anyone has any reason why these two people should not marry, speak up now or forever hold your silence. And then a 4-year-old boy, who neither the bride nor the groom knew, ran up the aisle yelling, "Daddy, Daddy!" And it took about an hour to get the wedding back on track. But seriously, our and my wonderful friends Jeff and Sarah, they exemplify and they show us genuine old-fashioned love and commitment. We've seen not only that they're head over heels in love with each other, but they've also even triumphed through challenges. They've bought a house, they've renovated a house, they've lived together. It's precisely because I've been close enough and lucky enough to be an observer of the evolution of this fantastic relationship that I have no doubt that their devotion to each other will forever remain as strong as it is today. For all of these reasons, it's with immense joy that not only am I getting free dinner tonight, but I ask you all to charge your glasses $2.50 and raise a glass in honour of Jeffrey and the most beautiful bride Sarah and the lifetime of love, family and success that they have ahead of them. Please raise your glasses. Thank you. Many families have pulled out all stops to put on a fantastic event tonight, with dinner, with drinking and dancing. And did I say drinking? I said drinking. So while I look forward to seeing everybody kick up their heels as the night progresses, for now I urge you to get started enjoying the wonderful entree that in a few moments will make its way to those who haven't already got it, and to enjoy the night as it progresses.
It's a present for you, yes.
It's an anklet. Yeah.
So now you can do the gag now.
I'm going to put it on now.
Nice ankle bracelet. People say you can say, oh, how did you get down there?
My current job.
Yeah.
And it made that how long ago really? I'm doing well, but I'm
That was my fault. No, that was my fault. Sorry, I don't want to put it out. Whose fault was that? Miranda. You.
You probably start.
But fire exploded. Moving.
But that was good stuff, wasn't it?
Missing out. You girls having fun?
I'm having fun. I am.
You having fun? You? Smile. You too.
It's a video. Say hi, video boy. She's like, I'm so over looking at
I've known Ron Popper, the father of the group, for almost 20 years. Early? I better get more space on the CD. Early on in my friendship with Jeff, I noticed both his unusually close relationship with his dad, as well as the uncanny similarities that they shared. Of course, there's no accounting for taste. I'd be a rich man if I had $1 for every time I tried to go out with Jeff, but he had plans to go with Ron to their place of worship. Despite the fact that Collingwood loses every single time. But it goes both ways in terms of Jeff and Ron. because I know that Ron was a leader to describe Jeff as Chaim Dacos after a successful Ajax football game. And I have it on good authority that those Girl Scouts never recovered from their defeat. Jeff's peaceful and his lovable nature arises one that I'm sure Jeff is honoured to fulfil, and I think that probably nothing better can be said of a father than that his son would like to be like him. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to give a warm welcome to the father of the group, Ron Popper.
Well, look, first of all, before I start, to all of the North Melbourne friends. Ron, lift up the microphone. Hi, you can all hear me now? Good. Okay, Carla Woods. Jim and Sarah, family and friends. This is a wedding day which Madeline and I have looked forward to. Most importantly, we'd like to thank Sarah for her being such a wonderful compliment to our son Jeffrey and for adding so much happiness to his life. Continuation of the family story, which includes the arrival of my parents in Australia in 1939 from Austria and Germany, and from Madeline's parents from Hungary and Romania via France in 1964. For his wedding to Sarah today, Jeffrey is fortunate to have 3 of his grandparents here, Kurt, Irene and Eva. His grandparent John is also with us in spirit. Their backgrounds in Europe and their lives in Australia have brought real cultural diversity to their lives and therefore to ours. There are many examples. Whilst Jeffrey was in cadets at Scott College in 1992, he took part in a military tattoo. I clearly remember Madeline turning to her mother Eva and asking her, could you ever have imagined, as a child in Hungary, that one day you would watch your Jewish grandson parade in Australia wearing a kilt? And I'm sorry Al isn't wearing his kilt tonight. Jeffrey was quite looking forward to that, nevertheless. These thoughts have led me to contemplate how Jeff and Sarah's marriage will be enriched by the different cultural and religious backgrounds from which they come. We hope that they will continue to revel in and be enriched by their different backgrounds and heritage. When he was about 5 years old, he noticed a dripping tap and asked, "Is that how they fill the ocean?" When Jeff was still quite young, he asked me whether Mum would ever speak like everyone else. Well, never said. And I said, at this stage, after so many years in Australia, Mum probably won't, and that he would have to get used to this. He considered this for a moment and said, I suppose so. At 13 for his bar mitzvah, Jeff received an Amiga computer. This led him into the world of technology, software, hardware, multitasking, in fact anything that plugs in. His hobby of buying second-hand bits of technology has filled our garage with numerous items over the years, such as I turn the page, video cards, computers, computer cases, and even a satellite dish. The list can be expanded. Jeff's fascination with electrical gadgets was stimulated by working side by side with his grandpère John, an electrician with whom he was very close. As a result of this experience, Jeff has now taught 3 generations of poppers to use a computer, showing exceptional skill and patience in doing so. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff has continued on to become a telecommunications engineer, difficult for a structural engineer to pronounce such a long word. You'll all understand. But he's made some pioneering electronic efforts which must be mentioned. Only Jeff could fit a TV on the dashboard of his 1962 S-Type Valiant, as well as a record player in the boot, and make them work, albeit intermittently. Football and rowing. He's a keen skier, squash and tennis player. These days he humours me, his father, with kick-to-kick of football and games of racquetball. Thank you, Jeff. Today is a celebration of a marriage of two people very much in love. Two people who are committed to each other. Sarah, as you know, you now have in Jeffrey a wonderful partner who is a devoted son, a caring grandson and a great brother. We're all proud of his achievements, but most importantly, Jeffrey is just a delightful person to be with. Marriage is, of course, all about family life. Madeline and I look forward to close ties with Sarah's mother, Marianne, brothers Matthew and Simon, and their families. Sarah, after my father Kurt's distinguished career as an architect, it is great to welcome another architect into the family. Sarah and I have numerous discussions on related issues, all of which I enjoy very much. Jeffrey, in Sarah, you found a determined, loving partner with whom you live an exciting life, already having lived together in Sydney, America, and now in your own house in Elsternwick. We trust the excitement will continue for the rest of your lives. Jeffrey, the other two women in your life, your mother and your sister Ingrid, love you and very much look forward to continuing your close relationships with them as you begin your own family. Madeline and I have been married for almost 34 years. Seems to have passed very quickly. We've had a wonderful time together. Madeline is beautiful and has managed to be effective, cheerful and loving in spite of the various difficulties she's encountered. In our marriage, we work as partners. We've been inspired by our children, Jeffrey and Ingrid, with whom we treasure our close friendship. Madeline, I love you and thank you for being my partner. We wish that you, Jeffrey and Sarah, will be fortunate in your marriage, as we've been in so far. You have known each other for many years, and we can see how much you care for each other. We feel confident that your lives will be fulfilled together and with your families. Our heartiest congratulations and best wishes to you both. Another topic now. I would now like to propose a toast to the grandparents, Kurt and Irene, Eva, and the memory of John.
To the grandparents.
I have no idea why Jeff is scared. I would now like to say a few words about the lady at the centre of Jeff's world. Madeline? Well, somebody's going to get sacked for that. Over the past few months, I've observed Sarah's tireless efforts to organise this wedding. While that energy has been mammoth, knowing Sarah, it's not surprised me. Sarah's impact on Jeff can't be overstated. He adores her. But I have to admit that at first, I wasn't sure if they were going to last. Principally, it boiled down to the time that I first met Sarah. It was Jeff's birthday, and Sarah turned up and gave Jeff the classic American novel, On the Road Again by Jack Kerouac. Do you remember that? That was going to be my next question. We just got he's never read it. Oops. I immediately thought that any woman who thought the way to Jeff Popper's heart was by literature, she wasn't going to be around too long. But I was wrong. And in time, I was lucky enough to get to know that Sarah was a strong-willed, determined, but simultaneously affectionate and devoted woman. And she knows, well and truly, how to get to a man's heart. Through his chest with a sharp knife. Sarah is a tremendously beautiful woman, and all of us know how lucky Jeff is. She's a wonderful friend, not just to Jeff, but to many people, and I personally am delighted to be able to count myself as one of those. Perhaps the best way I can put it is that for Michal, my wife and I, a big part of this wedding is that it is the start of much more time that we get to spend with Sarah, and she'll probably bring Jeff with her. Now Sarah has been blessed to be surrounded by her family, including her mother Maria and her two brothers Simon and Matthew. I have no doubt that there are many terrific stories about Sarah that can enthrall us for hours from the three of them. It's a bit like, the girl with brothers is a bit like the little girl who was asked Mose what she wanted for her birthday. Quick, and put more men on the job. Well, Sarah has two brothers, and I now take great pleasure in asking her eldest brother Matthew to speak on behalf of the Christie family.
I'm so scared. It's always difficult coming after all the speeches right from the ceremony, but I'm not here to recount a lot of stories of Sarah's. Will be here all night. I'm sure you'll find them all humorous. But on behalf of our family and Mum, those that are here and those that aren't here, it's just my heart's sort of lifted today and just glad by how beautiful Sarah is today, and just how. To see her at this point and just how happy she is and radiant, and Jeff, you look quite cute as well. It's just, it is lovely, and I guess the ceremony and even the setting tonight is just fantastic. But seeing all her friends here as well, and I was fortunate enough to meet one of them in the hallway before we came in here, and she said, "You must be Sarah's brother." But I was carried on. Anyway, but seriously, on behalf of our family, Jeff, welcome. It's your warmth and friendship that I've known over the years, and I'm just excited that you're part of the family. And beyond that too, just the last probably couple of months getting to know your family as well, I've just been touched by the compassion and warmth and friendship, and inviting our family into your home, and the ceremony a few weeks ago at the synagogue, just all those parts that are really well. So I'm honoured to be here standing here talking, celebrating you two. It is great, and welcome to the family, and good luck, Sarah. Keep with the pros, I guess you call it. Would like to say a few words here. Poetry story, Mum.
I saw her, I knew with boundless pleasure. He was a special someone that I would love and treasure. And over the years that love has grown and been returned tenfold. She's brought us joy and laughter too. She's generous, warm and bold. But Jeff, I had no hesitation today in giving her to you. I know that you will love her and treasure her as I do. So on behalf of the Christie and Moulton families, present and past, welcome Jeff with open arms. You're my son-in-law at last. Is to let your love unfold, and may your love increase with time and be returned to you tenfold.
Are you?
Of course.
That's not on, is it?
It could be.
It's not on.
Do something important.
Do something important.
Do you get the whole plate? We'll have to do it there and him specially.
With the planning, I'm sorry, that Jeff and Sarah and their families put in. But another irreplaceable feature of a function like this is the family and the friends who bring to this evening a warmth and a celebratory feeling that makes it something special. At the pinnacle of the people who worked and helped tirelessly to make this function what it is, and they worked together with our beautiful bride, are her stunning bridesmaids, Susanna and Louise, who sit next to me. Sarah, and although I was personally disappointed not to be asked to perform, I'm told that Sarah had a great night, probably because I didn't perform. It's no exaggeration to say that without these two ladies, the entire ceremony, tonight and out there on the pier earlier tonight, would not have been what it was for us and for our newlyweds, and Sarah in particular. So I ask you all to charge your glasses and raise a toast to the bridesmaids, Susanna and Louise. Stories of Sarah And I personally want to see how far they go so that I can decide what to say about Jeff after that. And that's why I toasted them first.
Thanks, David. I think this will be pretty tame, actually. First of all, there are many great traits that Sarah's parents became friends while living in Hayward. Sarah and I were born about a month apart, with myself being the eldest, of which she keeps reminding me all the time. When the Christies left Hayward, the family friendship was maintained, and if the Christie family was down our way on the farm, I tried to help Sarah with learning to ride the horse. But sometimes she tells me I was a bit over the top and a bit tough on her. But when we would go to Melbourne, she would take me to do some ice skating. Quite adept at this these days. The other big attraction was America. And Sarah was lucky enough to make a few trips to the States to sample their way of life. I chose Sarah as godmother to my daughter Molly because of who she is. Lastly, I wish to say to Sarah that she looks spectacular and wish both she and Jeff the best for the future.
Thanks. I just have a few quick words to say. First of all, I'm really honoured to be here and be part of the bridal party with Sarah and Jeff, and it's been a beautiful celebration. I've known Sarah and Jeff for quite some time. Sarah and I studied architecture together at uni. Sarah was always the talkative, outgoing one, and I was the shy, quiet one, so luckily Sarah was able to do all the talking for me. We also travelled overseas together and had a few ordeals that would take quite some time to get through tonight, so I won't go through everything, but we had a great time and we've been able to last through our friendship, so it's been very good. We also used to joke about being each other's bridesmaids, and now I can't believe it, it's finally happened. So today we've come together to celebrate this wonderful couple's marriage. I know how much Sarah and Jeff have been looking forward to this occasion and being able to share it with everyone here in the room. Sarah and Jeff, congratulations. I'm sure your marriage will be full of much love and happiness. Best wishes for your future. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you once again to raise your glasses to Sarah and Jeff.
Jeff, enjoy your day, enjoy your honeymoon, enjoy married life, with love from all at Hanging Rock. So at this stage of the evening, there's only... I don't know if you're all as scared as me, but I think it may be benefit to clarify to at least Jeff that now is not an appropriate time to perform your 20-minute remix of the 70s hit Hey Mickey. In fact, there was never a time that was appropriate. But in reality, I don't think appropriate was Jeffrey's strong point. For example, before he was lucky enough to meet Sarah, there was an occasion where Jeff raised with me that he was going on a date with a girl who I knew. Now, it was my understanding that Jeff would pick... Oh, I better look then. It was my understanding that Jeff would pick her up, drive her in Jeff's car and go for dinner. Sounds pretty simple. And I asked Jeff the next day how it went, and Jeff seemed pretty excited and told me it went well. And then I spoke to her. Now, it wasn't just that Jeff played in his car on his CD player the CD recording of his bar mitzvah. She was just perplexed that he recorded that in the first place. But it's Jeff's wonderful, unusual features that make him the fantastic guy that he is. As I said earlier, I've known him for the better part of 20 years. And I also said there would be cheap shots to cite an embarrassing moment of his life. But while that's true, and I had an ulterior motive for not citing many of them, it's partly because I got a list from Ingrid, Jeff's sister, of some of the funny anecdotes of Jeff's life. Some great and embarrassing stories. The problem I had was that in many of the stories, I was equally embarrassed. There was a 24-hour hike where we arrived at the 36th hour. Then there were the school plays, there was Amanda, and the point that I make is that with the benefit of the past, all of those things, Jeff and I are wonderful friends, and we share a friendship that I treasure. In particular, I treasure Jeff's loyalty. Jeff will never, I've never seen him back off when it's necessary to defend a friend. And I'm privileged to regard myself as part of that group. Jeffrey, my friend, I congratulate you on finding a wonderful wife to choose you. And I thank you for an amazing friendship. And I look forward to sharing many great times with you and Sarah in the future years. Now, when I prepared what I wanted to say about Jeff and Sarah, I did a brief internet search on the phrase Jeff and Sarah. The first result took me to a page which was something like, and don't quote me, www.jeffandsarah.com. But what it said was, and now this is the quote, Jeff and Sarah are great artists and great people. Their music rings true. That's all you need to know about these folks. And with that succinct and somewhat mystifying description, please give a very warm welcome to the man of the moment, Jeffrey Popper, who will then be followed by the woman of his dreams, Sarah Popper.
Hi everyone, that's better. Right, okay. Everyone's having a good time? Great, that's good. Okay. The American Heritage Dictionary defines Stem Christi as the third step in a series of turns in the old American system of ski teaching. The turns are the snowplow. Cautious snowplow with turns made by transferring weight to the ski opposite the direction of the turn. Followed by the stem. Parallel traverse across the slope, then stem the uphill ski out to a snowplow position. Transfer the weight to uphill ski, snowplow turn, and completion of turn, uphill ski back to parallel. Stem Christi. Parallel traverse. Stem uphill ski, transfer weight to uphill ski, immediately move unweighted downhill ski out parallel to weighted ski, and complete the turn as a skidded turn with the skis parallel. And the final stage is the Christi, or Popper. Parallel traverse, unweight both skis, twist ankles and knees in direction of turn, re-weight, and complete parallel skidded turn. So I'm very pleased to announce today that there's a certificate on the table here for Sarah. She's officially graduated to that final level and is now the complete skier. It's been a long journey to this day today for Sarah and myself. When we met, I was studying engineering at Monash and was really enjoying it. Enjoying it so much that I spent a couple of extra years making sure I got the most out of it all. I've recently returned from work experience over in Israel, and I could actually start to see the light at the end of the tunnel that I might actually graduate one day. Sarah was halfway or thereabouts through her architecture degree, and after travelling the world a few dozen times, had settled down into that and made a bunch of fantastic new friends. Both of us were out celebrating the end of our exams at the time. The moment that we were introduced by Marnie over at the back there, I suppose I felt a real calmness. We were able to talk, we were able to really communicate, and we just felt very much at ease with each other. And that's something which has never stopped, and it's a fantastic way to start a relationship and to sort of know at that point that you have something special, and to have it continue is a very special thing. Sarah is a lovely, caring person who loves to celebrate life. In fact, together with her mother, she has created completely unheard of reasons to celebrate, such as her half birthday, which she celebrates each year on January the 13th. And really has been responsible for shaping this big day. I'll be honest, I didn't have that much to do with it all. I owe a lot of it to Sarah and also the team around here who have helped. Since Sarah and I met, we've had the previous trips. These are fantastic people who I've been introduced to and befriended, and some of them, and many of them all of them would have loved to have been here tonight if they could have been. We've sent some fantastic messages to us. I really think that Sarah's outgoing personality and vitality and her way of looking at life draws people to her in this way. The second thing that we both notice, I think, is how well we travel together. On our honeymoon, we'll be off to Hawaii, which is only one of the 7 states Sarah hasn't been to yet. Sometimes it's Sarah being the voice of reason. But every day our balance gets better during my life for the past few years, and I have the great privilege of continuing to do so for our lives together. Sharing the ups and downs with someone who understands me and loves me fills my heart with joy. I also wanted to say a few support us in all that we do. And the more Sarah and I share today, having them here today is